Hey guys, it's Deepak Shukla here again from Serpwizz. Welcome back to this video. If you'd like to get an instantly actionable free audit, then head over to serpwizz.com, input your details, and you'll get an audit in less than 37 seconds. And today we're going to be talking about the Serpwizz reports and minifying JavaScript. So please do go and check out minifying CSS to get some more information about this section in general. So JavaScript is the interactive elements on a page, or the way in which the page interacts. So the way to think about it is that you've got HTML and you've got CSS, and then the next layer after that is JavaScript, okay? And again, minifying JavaScript, which is the reduction of the code, the size of the code, can reduce payload sizes and script pass times. So script pass times is the time it takes to run through a script, because it's an executable script to actually generate an action. Okay, so we open up our report to take a look. So as it says here, it can reduce payload time and script pass time, and this is our Lighthouse report. Process of removing white space in any code that is not necessary to create a smaller but perfectly valid code file. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do with minifying JavaScript. There's a popular JavaScript compression tool called Tersa. Webpack 4 includes a plugin for this library by default to create minified build files. So then we've got stack specific guidance. Again, depending upon what platform you build upon, there's different levels of advice here. So a popular one, our front end is built on WordPress, and there's a number of plugins that can speed up your site by concatenating, minifying, and compressing scripts. You may also want to use a build process to do this minification up front if possible. And as you can see, there's a bunch of tools: 1 million active installation, 100K, 100K, a million. So there are truly a bunch here to consider. If we go on to minify JavaScript again, I always like to do this, if you've watched my videos, to see if there's other elements of it that you should consider. Should you minify JavaScript? Results in compact file size, speeds up web page loading, improving website experience, making visitors and the search engines happy. How do you do it? Try CSS Nano and CSSO. There's Closure Compiler. So there's a bunch of tools that you can use here. Is minify JavaScript faster? Yes, it is. Hold on, neither minifying or obfuscating alter execution time, but any perceivable amount for the vast. Okay, so only if slightly. So they're saying here that it doesn't really. Oh, that's 2009. It's quite old. Yeah, how do I make my JavaScript file? You know what? One thing that's interesting is if we go to past year, you'll see that there's tools to do it online. Should you minify JavaScript? And this is all a lot more recent. Why do we minify source code? Guys, it's all variations of the same thing effectively, but it's going to speed up the experience of your website, and that's going to make the search engines happy. So minifying JavaScript is an important element of page optimization. For those who don't know or are unfamiliar with JavaScript, what do you use JavaScript for? Interactive behavior on web pages, creating mobile and web apps, building web servers and developing server applications, game development, and is JavaScript dead? That's interesting. JavaScript has never been more alive. Anyway, guys, that's probably a separate thing. Let's go to this as what I wanted to for some of you. An object-oriented computer programming language commonly used to create interactive effects within web browsers. So there you go, guys. I hope that all of that makes sense, and that, going back to the report, is what you should consider when minifying JavaScript.